sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Yeah. Break 'em off, son. Yeah. On Sergeant's Time. Just hanging around in my end wrap, and I got old Spanky and the guns. Spanky.
Hey y'all. Did they miss us? We weren't here last week. Remember?
No, man. Yeah.
We were playing hooky.
Yeah, I was like doing stuff. You were doing stuff too. How you doing?
I was doing stuff too.
So how you been? Long time no hear.
I've been good. My baby had an induction ceremony last Thursday night. That's why I wasn't here. I had other stuff to do. It was, like I said, it's only been 2 weeks since you've heard from us, but it seems like a lot longer. Whenever I miss a week, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's Sergeant's Time? I forgot how to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, hey, what? Look at. I know. Let's get down. I know.
This too.
Man,
he missed this too.
Yeah, let's get down. Exactly. He's been listening to me. The boy has been. I tell you what. The boy, he's picking up some stuff that I don't know word like you were talking about earlier. Hey, well, thank you, Ronald. I'm the thread, and the people are the needle. So let's sew this shit up. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, VTT? What's up, Heath?
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Steve Harvey. I see everybody.
Always here.
Peter, yeah, exactly. Following it. And the boy is picking, like, we're watching TV and stuff. You know, I do the virtual learning stuff for them, and I try to get him to watch some stuff and all that. And oh my God, you would not believe that the kid has picked up so much, and I mean so much stuff off of TV just for, like, okay, yeah, you can go ahead and take a break, or you can go play outside or whatever. And one of them was Family Guy.
Right.
He sang to me the song, the intro to Family Guy, and I couldn't stop laughing. He thought I was making fun of him because he's like, what? And I'm like, no, dude, this is hilarious. You're singing the song, the intro to Family Guy, and it's just I mean, it was an old episode of Family Guy, and it was cooking up some chow, and he had his lunch. And give him some snacks, and I'm like, okay, I gotta clean the bowl up, and he's like, damn you, vile woman, like Stewie, and I'm like, woo, God, that little guy is, it's just,
they pick up so much. That's why you gotta kind of be careful what they watch.
Oh my God,
because then he's gonna be out there saying, damn you, vile woman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still funny to me.
Right, but it's that external stuff. It's almost like stuff that you don't think. You're thinking like, I don't give a shit. He's not gonna. He's only a toddler. What is he gonna know? And
like, how's he gonna comprehend what's going on Family Guy?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
And
well,
he kind of just repeat things.
Yeah. Veteran Trash Talk said Family Guy has been canceled.
No, you can't cancel Family Guy. It was canceled once, and then it came back.
It came back, yeah, because fans got all pissed off and all that shit. But the whole point being is that he says things just like off key, like. Bye, have a good time. At the end of
bye everybody.
Bye everybody.
A couple of Fox shows.
Yeah, exactly. He's better, or he'll go, tune in now, coming on TBS, and I'm like, what, dude? What the? How did you? So it's hilarious. And then,
yes, like I said, I have a video of the girl singing "Journeys Don't Stop Believing" when she was like 4-ish, and it was because it was on Family Guy. Because I asked her, "Where did you learn that song?" She's like, "Family Guy." I'm like, I'm teaching my kid right, letting her watch Family Guy.
well, I mean, there's some clips and quips in there that they say, and like for instance, so I was like, there's no way he's gonna be like, you know, really pay attention. And so that one scene, we watched Blue Harvest. Fuck it, we watched the Star Wars Family Guy. Come on, we gotta watch. Come on, you know me. And and exactly. So he's we're watching Minions too. So it's hilarious because, you know, he's learning to talk and he's picking up a bunch of stuff, and it's hilarious. So the Star Wars Family Guy, that one scene where Return of the Jedi. And he goes, I know there's a lot of Comanches out here look the same, Luke, but, you know, don't look like you're flying casual. Or don't look like... And he's like, well, how am I supposed to do that? And the boy, hey. God, man.
He knows you're talking about.
Woo, man. He's like, he knows I'm talking about. Okay.
Story.
All right, real quick. So we're making fun of talking about, you know, and I said, hey, you know, how am I supposed to do that? And he goes, I don't know, fly casual. And so now he goes, fly casual. And so now he's like imitating Family Guy stuff, and it's fucking hilarious, man. I'm like, I gotta whisper because he can hear me talking shit about him, and he's like, you punk bitch, and he's like all pissed off, and he gets mad. So he thinks I'm making fun of him, but I'm not making fun of him. I'm actually. Right. I'm really, you know, really.
Amused.
I just think it's funny. It's almost, I don't know, little kids when they cuss or when they say something that's like, you just think it's like hilarious, man. I'm probably gonna get canceled myself for letting my kid, you know.
You're gonna get canceled for that.
I'm gonna get canceled for everything.
When he like starts going, hey, got my money.
Yeah. That's good, OJ. Exactly.
Swinging a bat.
Yeah, where's my money, man? Where's my money? So exactly, Jake's gonna be going, all right, giggity, giggity. Oh, he likes the chicas, man. He does like the chicas.
Oh, indeed.
He does like the chicas.
Your little ladies, man.
Yeah, oh man, he does like the chicas. But anyways, so yeah, he's that's what's going on with me. I've been trying to like, because we're watching virtual learning, and okay, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. I'm like, yep, okay, he's good, and hey, that's fun. Hey, okay, you're good job, buddy. And then I give him a break because, you know, it's this freaking, you know, the pandemic bullshit and virtual learning. It just sucks. And so I let him go play outside and eat bugs and shit like that. And then and then he'll come back inside and we'll freaking, you know, I'll let him watch some of his own little Family Guy. Oh, dude, dude, I mean, that's exactly that, Jake. I want him to be like hanging out and him going, all right. You know what I mean? So.
Oh man, I love that boy.
Yeah, he's a character, man. He is a character. So, other than that, that's been the drama that I have been dealing with him. I'm just waiting. Like, we're gonna go do this in school shit, and then the next thing you know, he's gonna be freaking. He's gonna go, you know, he's gonna say something wrong to the teacher. He's gonna be like, all right, to the teacher or something like that. Right. And then the teacher's gonna be like,
I still saved when the girl was in pre-K, when she was 3 years old. She got in trouble, and it was on her little note home for telling another student she was going to kick their ass. And I guess the teacher asked it about it, like, well, that's what my mama says to me when I'm doing stuff she don't like.
Oh my God, dude! See, that's the thing I'm afraid of. Because
I have that. No, I saved it.
No, because that's the thing. I literally say shit like that. I'm like, if you don't, you know, if you don't pick that shit up, I'm gonna
kick your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you across the street, or doing something like that. And I just can't imagine him going, you know, getting mad at the teacher, and then telling the teacher, I'm gonna kick you across the street, you know. And then,
oh well, it's probably gonna happen. Yeah. And that's when you have this conversation. Like, see, you get in trouble when you see these kind of things. You have to know context and appropriate times to, you know, what you're allowed to say. And she got it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't get a CPS called DMAX because I'm white. And that doesn't happen to us.
Oh, shit.
That's my white privilege.
God damn, dude.
That's another joke I'll have to tell you.
Holy shit.
Sorry. That was an inside joke that just went all out.
Holy.
I guess I have to explain that real quick before we get canceled.
Oh,
my daughter
my God.
and my best friend's daughter during the same week had gotten all these bumps and bruises playing outside and everything. my kid did get asked about, hey, how'd you get that? How'd you get this? You know, because that's what teachers do. They should. But my friend's daughter, who is a POC, person of color, CPS had to come check it out. And I'm telling you exactly what happened. She hit her forehead on my antique table, just, tripping. And I can kind of get it, because if you told me I hit my head on the table and I saw that bruise, I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
but once they saw the table, they're like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
My neighborhood knows that and I'm probably gonna get CPS for this one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get both CPS.
We're both gonna get CPS. Everybody knows that I run with my kid. My kid wants to run. I'll be honest with you, little boys, little girls that are really active and really want to go run around and stuff like that. Yes. Take them out for PT. Take them out for PT, or take my oldest. Used to go rucking with me. I had somebody question my parentage, about taking my my eldest daughter at the time on a foot march. And she wanted to be like Dad, have a rucksack on and all that. So I gave her a little Camelback, put little snacks and goldfish and stuff and Capri Suns, and made her look like she had a little rucksack, but she wanted to participate, right? So I did that. And you oh my God, you thought I was fucking you thought I was like straight fucking
you were
just
beating
like
her.
beating her, yeah, like I was like I was fucking beating the shit out of her, and I was doing this whole making her like the children of the corn or some shit, and I was like. She literally wants to walk with her dad, and she's got the, you go to the PX and they have those cute little boots, but they're not boots; they're like tennis shoes. They look like boots.
Oh yeah.
So I got them little like she wanted to run. Well, my boy does the same thing. Baby Ice wants to go running, so
let him go.
Yeah. So but being a little boy, he gets distracted, and we were running. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I want to tell him right now. He got really embarrassed when I said. So I'm gonna say this really low because he can hear me when I say this. I said, keep your head up. You better keep your head up. Keep looking up. And he goes, a bug. And he looked right down at the bug and ran into a fucking mailbox. Oh my God, dude. I could not stop. He's gonna hear this recording. All my kids are gonna hear this. Oh my God, dude. I couldn't stop laughing. And he had a little marker just above his eye. It wasn't too bad because he caught himself, but the whole, it was a hollow mailbox, and like, boom, and I was like. I'm like, God, see, you should have kept your head up. Yeah, I know you hear me, buddy. He's like, what? So yeah, he got the ass because I was making fun of him because we were running. But again, going on the CPS stuff and all that.
You learn.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna learn.
Not look at the ground.
So I'm telling you, kids are gonna come back from this pandemic shit. And they're all going to be all pale because they've all been locked up in their houses.
Right?
They're all going to be locked up.
They don't know how to look at other kids.
They don't
exactly. You're a real person.
They're not.
I can touch you.
Yeah, they're not going to know how to interact. Yeah, they're not going to know how to interact. They're not going to know how to do any of that stuff. And then teachers, I'm telling you what, you just need to be fucking patient when my son shows up and decides to look at you and go whoa whoa whoa, and then he's got that I'm just saying.
I mean, that's probably going to happen.
That's probably going to happen.
Like, we said it now. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Little booger's going to be like. And
then again, like up until they're 4 or 5 years old, and then they finally kind of grow into their head because toddlers, babies, their head is way much bigger, like in proportion to their body. Their foreheads are constantly bruised. They're always running into something. And it isn't until they're about 5, I think, when everything's like, oh. Now you're a miniature human and not a bobblehead. That's just the way they all are. Like the girl's head, her forehead seemed like it hasn't got any bigger since she was 4. Like the rest of her has grown into her forehead. But she constantly had scars, bruises, bumps. Like, because every time she hit, that's the first thing that would hit anything.
Yeah.
And I just look at it, I'm like, it looks like I beat you. And then I see all the other kids because they all got bruised.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
Exactly. Shit, Rep.
They're
all going to come back sunburnt and shit because they're going to be the first time they're going to be outside playing recess and stuff like that. So real quick, I want to play a video right quick of something that happened that everyone got mad because of this is happening. In this video that I'm showing you right now, you're going to see, I guess there was a V-22 Osprey that was participating in the UK, and it couldn't land on a specific helipad and all that, so that I guess they made it land a different way or made it land next to it, which no big deal. So I'm going to show you what happened on this video here. of what happened when it took off. There was exactly that.
Like yoga mat?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I tweeted out, this is what happens when you order your helipads on Wish. You know what I mean? Let me show it again. It wasn't a tent, D-Max.
Like yoga mat, those things that go under like the ellipticals and the treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
yeah,
shock
exactly.
absorber things.
Exactly. So I'm just thinking, you know, everyone's all like, oh well, now the British people now, because it happened in a British near a British hospital. Now people are like, now they can't land, and I'm thinking, well, you know, a friend of mine goes, are they fucking allergic to? Are British helicopters allergic to grass? You know what I mean?
Right? No, they probably got like British Sarmagers that'll get on their ass if they land on the ground.
Right, exactly. Probably some British Sarmate, mate. You get off, you can't float on there. What did you just say? I don't let anything when you want. But anyway, so yeah, I was kind of laughing about that. Of course, all my British friends were like, you know, laughing at the, you know, ordering off Wish, and they're laughing at that. Had some people saying like, you know, now the helicopters can't land. I'm like, that's the whole meaning of a helicopter, right? You can land anywhere you want.
Right, like a little helipad, rooftop.
Exactly. So, anyways, yeah, real quick, thanks for reminding D-Max. If you'd like, I'd like to conduct the show to the proper agenda instead of jumping ahead.
Right, D-Max. We do this like our way.
Yeah, there's kind of like our way of doing things, and these are the things of excellence that we like to do for the WTF Nation. But anyways, I just want to give a shout out. Yesterday there was a jump fatality with the 82nd Airborne Division, and Specialist Abigail Jenks, a fire support specialist assigned to the headquarters and headquarters battery, 1st Battalion, 319th Field Artillery Regiment, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, a native of Gansenvoort, New York, was killed on Monday when she was conducting an airborne operation from a UH-60 Blackhawk on Sicily Drop Zone. Command states that Specialist Abigail Jenks was a creative, hardworking, and confident paratrooper, loved art, animals, and her friends reverberated wherever she worked, said Captain Brian Norman, Jenks' battery commander, and her compassion for her fellow troopers will truly be missed. So, rest in peace, Specialist Jenks. You know, paratroopers never die; they just slip away, trooper. So, yeah, it sucks. It's you know, it's one of the hazards of the job that we do. People don't realize that doing what we do in the military there is an inherent risk to what we do. You just didn't think you're gonna join like freaking, I don't know, you were just gonna join for the college, right? You do know there was some danger to the job that we do. That's something about in the Army doing stuff to kill, maim, hurt people, stuff. Armying, you know what I mean?
I was being all you can be. That's why I joined.
That was exactly that. Grant, right now the
Okay, I was just gonna say Grant just.
The investigation, the investigation right now is being conducted. Once the investigation is concluded, then more than likely a safety message will probably put out, and the command, for the respect of the family, will disclose or the details. Sometimes they don't want to, for the respect of the family, don't openly disclose what happened. So that way there's a respect for the family. But anyway, so,
right, and they definitely let them know first before they
right, exactly. General Donahue, not Donahoe, General Donahue, the commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, always provides a lot of transparency when it comes to stuff like that with family members during a jump fatality. So it kind of sucks. Yeah, I know. I'm hearing you, Grant. I'm just kind of like curious too what happened, because usually Black Hawk jumps are fairly simple to do. And it's really it's almost just up and out, and it's really on the jump master to make sure that the jumpers are exiting the aircraft properly. But again, we'll find out what's up. Maybe we will. Maybe a safety message will come out too. Jumping with a T-11 parachute. But at any rate, so rest in peace. Here's a thing that kind of me and Spanky were talking about earlier, and it was one of those questions that we kind of have had issue with. Is the Look, today is what anniversary is today, Spanky? That we just discussed.
It's the anniversary of the day that Vanessa Guillen went missing.
Right. So, and then of course we know that there was.
So now we know what happened to her on this day a year ago. But a year ago, she was just missing.
Right. You read the Fort Hood report. Every leader should at least have read the Fort Hood report. And of course, not should have read, but must. It's a must read. And then of course, if you have soldiers, or I think everybody should read it. This shouldn't just be a, some leaders decided not to read it, looked at it, scanned over some of the content of it, but I think it should be mandatory reading for leaders just to kind of see what's going on. We don't know what changes have happened so far, but we do know. It's covering sexual assault, sexual harassment. This is also that month for it, and something that kind of I've noticed is the freaking and I'm gonna get real on this, guys. You ever notice that this shit's starting to get gimmicky? I mean, me and Spanky were talking about this too. It's getting gimmicky. I'm seeing cakes being cut, specific things to wear. A DFAC.
I'm a big fan of cake.
And a DFAC decided to make teal pancakes. To be a hero, eat a teal pancake. To I don't know if you're supposed to commemorate it, honor it, whatever, or awareness. I just don't think that there's I just don't think there's a need to it's a touchy subject when it comes to sexual assault.
It very much is, because I would not appreciate a teal pancake to make me think about sexual assault.
No.
I get where their gimmicks are trying to do is to make you aware of it. But let me tell you what, Sharp Program, everybody's aware. Everybody is aware. Find me one person that's been in the Army more than 37 minutes that is not aware that we have a sharp problem. Or that sharp doesn't exist. I guess, what day in basic do they get taught about the sharp program?
I think usually it's like day one when you start going through your briefings and stuff like that.
Even way back when I went through it, was definitely within the first week.
Yeah.
It wasn't sharp then, but
Right.
EEO and
it was EEO is what they called it. They called EEO.
Whatever they called it back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
within the first week.
Yeah, you're right. No, but and here's the thing. I understand there has to be an impact factor for individuals that have not experienced sexual, and we're talking about not sexual harassment, I'm talking about sexual assault, like the actual physical contact. I know there's going to be some uncomfortable discussions here, so if you don't feel like hearing this or whatever, please, you can go ahead and tune out, and we'll only be discussing this for another 20 minutes or so. But I want you guys to understand that the intent of some of this training and awareness, like you were saying, Spanky, I get the intention. I really do. I really get the intention that you're trying to say this is what we need to be aware with. I don't agree with the gimmicks. I don't agree with wearing denim. I don't agree with wearing with the teal pancakes bullshit. I don't agree with cake cutting. I can probably think about a run, maybe for something, maybe a run or something. I don't know, maybe something like that. I guess to kind of. I don't know.
That's just a reason to bring everybody together, and then
and this, and kind of
then the speaker at the end,
right,
at the beginning,
right, exactly. Survivors talking or something like that, kind of like having a survivor, fellowship or something like that, and then but not make it so gimmicky, not make it so I don't know. It's just like a performative. I was talking about that dickhead that used the Arlington National Cemetery for his political stuff. That's performative patriotism. This is performative awareness stuff. You don't have to have awareness for this. A friend of mine tweeted out, you don't have other scenarios for other awarenesses too. And the thing that I'm going to talk about right now is there is a sexual assault escape room. There is an actual Army doctrinal POI out from the Sharp Academy about how to set up an escape room. Now, I'm thinking.
I'm gonna give you my first.
Go ahead, Spanky. I was gonna let.
My first opinion on this is I would like to know if there are any sexual assault survivors that had anything to do with writing that POI. Because I would, if I was a betting woman, I'd put money that there was not. That's my issue. I understand why they're trying to do team building activities, but there's a million other ones that you could do. Axe throwing is the first one that comes to my mind, but an escape room, no.
I think I always look at this, and I kind of made a comment about this, is that some survivors of sexual assault have had to escape their predicament or their incident and their assaulter, the people that were assaulting them.
Absolutely.
They had to escape. And the scenario of the escape room is you're put in a room and the lights are shut off and you have to figure out while the lights are out how to escape out of the room. Now look, man, I'm all about the awareness and I'm all about the gotcha stuff. Don't get me wrong. If you want to have a deep impact moment, I want impactful training. I want realistic training. But you got to consider, leaders, there are individuals within your formations that are survivors of events like this, especially if they haven't reported anything yet and they're participating in the training that you have them locked into a room with.
All right. I don't give any real personal, stories usually, like not super personal, but I will tell everybody this. My child had been wanting to go to an escape room because, so it's a thing now. They're supposed to be fun and everything like that. So my child wanted to go into one, and she has been wanting to go for a while. And I just kept flat out saying, no. So she had it all planned out. She had said, where are you going to go? And I'm like, no, y'all can go. And then it came up to where, they can't go by themselves. They need an adult. Luckily, I have a friend that has a child that is technically an adult. And I'm like, so y'all can go, without having to explain to her why. Absolutely motherfucking not. I'm not going to be trapped anywhere. I'm sure there's some kind of, I can push a button and you'll let me out thing. But I freak out if my blanket gets too tight around my feet and I, turn over and feel trapped. You're not getting me in a motherfucking escape room.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Right. Now,
so I am sure I am not the only person whose chest gets tight when you even think about that.
Right. And here's what I'm saying. Here's the reason why I think it's kind of a fold on this. It's because it's well-intended training. You could call it something else without having, you could call it an awareness. You could call it a hypervigilant set, but shutting off the lights off and then having individuals going through anything. I just don't want it to be. Jennifer says that she doesn't want to experience anything that could give me the experience of a sexual assault. It builds more fear than awareness. I want to be able to provide support to those who have been in the position. Thank you, Jennifer, because there are individuals in formations that are being mandated to go that have been survivors of a sexual assault.
If y'all are in that position, call me.
Yeah.
I promise you, I will call your sharp. I will call everybody and their mother and stick up for you, and I will do it anonymously. Not me. I'll tell them who the fuck I am, but I will be anonymous about it. Cause I have seen people freaking out just to have to sit through the regular PowerPoints, and then even at least in there you can kind of zone out. No, fuck that. I'm sorry. Who thought of this? And I promise you, it was not someone that's a survivor of sexual assault.
No. Well, it was the Army. Somebody in the Army at the Combined Arms Center. I'm just kind of thinking, oof, hey, kind of need to kind of chill on this, because a friend of mine also tweeted out, there's no suicide escape room.
Yeah.
There's no PTSD escape room. There's no. You know what I mean? It's again. I'm totally Army. I am getting what you're trying to get at. I really do.
I really am picking up what you're putting down.
I really what you want to do.
Team building aspect of it.
Team building aspect and all that sort of stuff. Having discussed, but providing an environment where all of a sudden somebody who's survived sexual assault, like straight up been raped, and then you're putting in the room like that. It is nah.
No, I don't agree either. And like you brought up, and especially because there could be soldiers in your formations that have never reported restricted, non-restricted anything. And yeah, I don't even want to see some kid freak out because of that. I can just imagine. Just put it that way. My
Well, I mean,
now my head's spinning.
right.
and
Well,
I
yeah, that's what I'm
do
saying. It's
that
just it's like
resilience thing.
yeah. No,
Stop
I'm
the
serious.
worst case
I mean,
scenario
we're
in my
all. I mean, right, because we all talk about right veterans and 22 a day, 21 a day, and we got to respect vets and all this. You hate vets if you're not paying attention to their triggers and all this other shit. We got to make sure that their triggers are blah 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 blah. Then hey, exactly that, Brian. They want to opt out. That's the point. They would like to opt out, but they're not. That they're not allowed to. Their commands are being said. You got to suck it up. You got to deal with it. You can deal with it. You'll be all right.
Even if they didn't say you have to suck it up, a lot of survivors do not want to like out themselves like that.
That
like,
too.
I don't want to do this.
That too. That too.
And they're gonna ask why.
Right.
And they're not gonna like, well, fuck you. I just don't want to.
So then you're gonna go. You're gonna exactly. Then you're gonna go to the same. Yeah, that same individual who's qualified in, let me see, nutrition, physical fitness, epidemiology, virology. What are the things do first sergeants and platoon sergeants think they're experts at? I'm trying to think. Oh, psychology.
They're lawyers.
They're lawyers. Yeah,
Sociology.
Yeah, they're all completely qualified to understand. You don't have to. If someone says, "Hey, look, if anybody wants to opt out of the training, don't go back. Just report back to your sections, and that's it. Don't
right.
or go
but again,
or have it after or come back after chow." So that way you won't know who's missing from your sections, and that way you'll have that one person who's sitting at the who's sitting at their desk, and obviously that's going to be a big big indicator. So if you just say, "Hey, look, we're going to conduct this training here, and platoon sergeants, I need to know that let the individuals know that if there's someone that is affected by this training or could be triggered by this training," and that's what I'm saying. You talk to the platoon sergeants, talk to your platoon sergeants, and say, if you're feeling that you have somebody in your section, your platoon, that's not going to be able to participate in this because of certain events or something like that, tell them they can leave. I mean, I don't have to know who they are. Tell them they can leave, because it's not my fucking business either if they don't want to tell me. You know what I mean? It's not like you were just saying, Spanky. It's some people don't want to know, or don't want anybody else to know. Then feel free. We'll do the training in the beginning, and then everyone come back for chow or something like that. You know what I mean? That after chow, that'd be it. That's.
Well, see, I get where you're saying with that, but it's still going to single out people that don't want to do the training, because it's not like for some other kind of training, like, oh, we're training up to a 12-mile ruck. Oh, if you want to opt out of the training, just don't show up. So you can't really put it like that either.
Yeah, I could see that.
That only works for this one type of training.
Right, but it's just it's just one. But then again, or you could change the training, not call it a fucking escape room. Change the conditions of the escape room, but still keep the meat of the training involved, and I think you'll be good. You know what I mean?
I think you would too, especially if anybody knows that there's like, oh, I can push this button and they're just going to open it up.
Right.
Because I'm sure in my mind, like I said, that would help. I still don't want to fucking do it though. And if so, I would have just, like, I was in the position where I could just have a fucking appointment. So again, with all y'all, like people that certainly have appointments on certain training days, like y'all start thinking about that as leaders, like, oh, they seem to always have an appointment when we have this type of training.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably telling you something. Don't fuck with them. Just let them make their appointment.
Right.
They don't want to tell you shit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah. See, Jim, it's one of those things that's back and forth. You can't have it. But again, change the training environment, change the training to what it's going to be, because I guarantee it, there's going to be some individuals that are not going to fucking, but a sexual assault escape room, I guarantee it, the same guys that are shit talking, because I know the people are talking about, oh, you just need to shut up and who cares, it's a big deal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna find out what bothers you. I'm gonna find out what escapes you, what's busting on you.
Sorry. You know I have to multitask.
Go ahead.
Stuff as well as talk to you.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I see the chats. Yeah, I see the comment. Yeah. Suck it up. This is the Army. Deal with BS. Man, dude, really? You talking about your teammates like that? What if it was your wife, daughter, or sister that was going involved with that shit? You think they would be you appreciative of someone not being sensitive to your when it comes to training or something like that? I know people who have been assaulted like that, and if that was an issue, you got beef, and what's up? Deal with the Army beef. Are you like an 80s, 90s soldier or something like that? Because I mean, I could see You know what I mean? Is Arthur really
I
making
mean,
that
I
comment?
have some 90s time in.
Yeah, I got some 90s time too. I'm just wondering why he would make some comment. This is deal with it, suck it up. Yeah, whatever, dude.
I do think, I will say this, I know the Army has gotten away from that mentality.
Right.
Like, there's just not room for deal with it, suck it up. That's not leadership.
Yeah. Oh, that's the standard. That's the standard stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, soldiers are crying about anything these days. You're not saying syrup is important, but you're just saying that soldiers are crying about not doing anything. This has nothing to do with soldiers complaining about not doing. We're not talking about soldiers shaming out of setting up a fucking tent. We're not talking about. We're not talking about a soldier who's going to, who's shamming out and saying he's at dental and then complaining because you got to work and you're telling them to put their phone down. We're talking about survivors of sexual assault who are possibly being forced. There are some cases where they are being forced into training that's called an escape room. An escape room. Think about that, man. Think about it. That has nothing to do with fucking.
Let me put this in like some terms that like
Gary,
people,
I'm
the
not
blue
70s.
cords can understand.
Yeah.
Imagine that you were in a vehicle that hit an IED, and you were trapped in the vehicle while it was on fire or something, and then they want to make you do rollover training and actually set the fucking vehicle on fire.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh no. It's the Army. You know what I mean? Again, I don't usually go on people's trigger mechanisms or stuff like that. But I'm sure everyone has a trigger, or everyone has something that reminds them of a friend who's taken their life or has lost their life next to you in a combat situation. Some sort of event like that. You're always going to have something like that. And see, this is the problem with that. You're pointing at a stigma is what you're doing, and that's why your teammates don't want to admit or don't want to report anything, and everything's just supposed to be hunky-dory. And you as a leader are supposed to take the uncomfortable situations of finding out that this bothers your troop. When we say blue cords, what do we mean? we're waiting for that. Well, we're talking about
not being 11 Bravo.
I'm sorry, Brian. I think Brian.
It's just
It's a blue cord. Brian is a
endearment for
yeah
me.
yeah. It's a Spanky term and endearment for individuals who wear the infantry blue cord.
Persuasion.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah. Exactly. Infantry persuasion and all that. So, but your teammates, like I said,
anything spelled out a little.
yeah.
Love y'all. I really do.
Yeah. It's a term and endearment. We're not, because everybody knows that the only blue cords that deploy now are network cables on a computer.
Screw them cable dogs too.
Screw the.
I'll beat all them.
You want to beat the cable dogs up?
Regular blue cords.
But my whole point is that, and that's why I'm glad our guest is coming on tonight. We got Extra Duty Podcast coming on. Joshua Maria, he's going to come on, and he's going to talk about stuff about featuring real talk with soldiers going to the. He's an active duty soldier. Now we normally have active duty leaders coming on and shooting the shit about stuff, but we rarely have an active duty soldier. He's a troop. He's an NCO, and he's gonna shoot the shit with us. And I want, dude, that's the whole point. We want to talk about this stuff, and everyone doesn't want to talk about it. And then next thing you know, the same individuals that are shit-talking our teammates are the same ones that are crying to a VA fucking psychologist because no one fucking listened to them because of that mentality that they fucking had. Get out of your head.
Right, and the other thing I wanted to bring up about Joshua, since you just brought it up, is he's been in 7 years. 7 years. So his perspective and everything is new. He's like the new leaners that everybody's talking about with this goddamn new army and this, that, or whatever.
Yeah. He is a target demographic. He is the target demographic of what we want to find out from. Oh my God, are we the olds? Are we the old? Are we the olds now?
Like you're the old, and I'm just the old.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Even though we're retired at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly. So he's gonna come on and shoot the shit with us, and we'll be ready to freaking discuss this. Again, my biggest thing is that you got to look, Sorens, look, guys, leaders, guys in the audience, WTF Nation. You talking about people just need to suck it up, people and all that? Nah. Now that's the shit that the reason why Vanessa Guillen was missing, or some soldiers that were missing. So. Hey, that's that mentality.
Oh, did you just? I just have to say hi to Mr. Black. Hi, we missed you. Sorry. I'm like trying to keep up with all of these, comments,
Oh my
This is
God.
what I do.
I know. Hey,
And I
Doc,
just been-
Doc Madness. How you doing, man? Long time.
It warms my heart.
It warms
We
my
call
heart.
This BDU.
Oh man, Doc Madness. I got. That's the guy. That's the guy that you hear when we're talking about stuff. Doc Madness was talking about Facebook Live when it was first coming out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play you a soundbite real quick. Hang on.
If that's really a thing, and
There you go. Hang on.
I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much going to be me sitting there talking shit. Like constantly.
So, that's Doc Madness. Glad you're listening to the chats, brother. Oh, man. So, again, and we got everybody talking shit about this stuff. Everyone needs to just shut their holes about it and all that. Just kind of, I don't want to hear this stuff. Everyone should just suck it up. Okay. So, tell me when you are going to your next VA appointment to talk to your VA therapist so I can be there and tell you to suck it up. And see how that fucking feels. When one of your teammates, who is survival sexual assault, is sitting there saying some shit and you're saying that soldiers need to suck it up. Then I'll tell you to suck it up. It just...
I'll be there. Like, we can put that on our little road trip.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I was about to say I can't wait for our road trip, man. So again, if we have to, if we want to have some sort of whatever, blah blah blah, nah, you can't be talking about my teammates like that. It's not gonna happen. So that's why when Joshua comes on, I think is he the one trying to call us right now? I see it like
he is. I was just texting him. Got it.
Okay.
Let me tell you this, because every active duty guest we have tries to do that 10 minutes prior thing.
I was about to say, I was like, what? Why are you, kid? Why are you trying to call, man?
They just, they want to
He's
say
excited.
Bye.
Yeah, he wants to come on here. Dude.
Like me, me, like you used to not be on Skype, 10 minutes prior to 7. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, Ace? Where are you? I've been sitting here for 10 minutes prior to the 10 minutes prior because that's been ingrained in my head.
Yeah, hey Joshua, I'm a retired SGM, Sergeant Major, not a command sergeant. I don't give a fuck about the 10 minutes prior.
He just wants the shit done when it's
just say the shit gets done. Hey, do you knock that out? Yeah, it's knocked out. All right, cool. And then like I won't. As a matter of fact, if I start hovering, I get told, hey, back off, man. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, exactly that, man. Exactly that, Wayne. Exactly that. People won't ever understand that trauma, man. They won't understand that trauma at all. And then that's it. No one ever has to experience it as well. I really don't. I really hope nobody has to experience that stuff at all because, your teammates going through that stuff. It is one of those things that I would hate to be in a situation where someone is opening up to me about a sexual assault, and with someone within the organization. And then me not have to throttle that individual. And then have to say, you're going to be attending escape room training. The sharp escape room. Nah. Nope.
Well, we only have just a few minutes before we have to go to break.
Yeah.
But, like, if I had to ask the audience a question, it would be, it has been a year since Vanessa Guillen was murdered. And that has, like, set off a lot of... well, of course, the Fort Hood report and the investigations and all these changes that are supposed to be happening. Other than, let's do escape rooms and teal pancakes. Have y'all seen changes?
Yeah. Have you seen anything?
Sharp program, sharp environment.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I would like to know. If you don't want to like blast it out with your name or whatever, y'all can DM me or DM the page. WTF Nation Radio. Let me know because I would like to know.
Yeah.
If there's been some changes.
Yeah, definitely. You can hit us up at the WTF Nation Radio's Facebook or Twitter, and you can look it up too. I see you in the chats. Yeah, I see you in the Twitch chats. I see you in the I see you in the stuff. So, 5 minutes prior to the 5 minutes prior. We have people in the Twitch chat messing with me, huh? Yeah, exactly. I don't do the Yeah, how you doing? I see you in the Twitch chat there, Jade.
I'm sorry, Twitch chat, YouTube chat,
Yeah,
Twitter chat. I haven't been there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
There's so many
just
chats. I
yeah,
can't
there's so
keep
many
up.
chats. Exactly. So we're gonna we're gonna take a break right quick, and then we'll be back with Joushua Maria to talk about his XGT podcast. So everyone, go refill your glasses, go get some shots, and we'll be right back. Stand by.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. Boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar.
It's my
Give to your own desire and lose the life that we made. What hurts the most is how we live to boast about the ones we betrayed. And we're gone. We know the end is here. Don't try to fight it. What you've been waiting for, there's no running away. We paint the mirror to try to hide it. There's no disguising the truth, and there's no running away. Where's the one that gave your only son to a life so decayed? He's next to you as he tries to hide the truth. As you look face to face, I'm the one. We know the end is here. Don't try to fight it. What you've been waiting for, there's no running away. We paint the mirror to try to hide it. There's no disguising the truth, and there's no running away. Don't try to fight it. You cannot hide it. Maybe one day you will finally see that we are our own enemy. We know the end is here. Don't try to fight it. What you've been waiting for, there's no running away. We paint the mirror to try to hide it. There's no disguising the truth, and there's no running away. No running away.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Sorry for the delay a little bit. I was shooting the shit with the guys, and fucking they had to remind me that we had a show to do and shit. So I kind of had to make sure that they were straight. You know what I mean? Make sure I was straight. Kind of like, hey, old man, we're gonna do this or what? So, anyways, welcome back. Part 2 of Sergeant's Time with our guest, Joushua Maria. He is the he's the team leader, I guess. We can just go ahead and say team leader for Extra Duty Podcast. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Ice?
Oh man, thank you. So I'm gonna tell you what, like we were talking about earlier, this is what I like to see: young podcasters coming out there and just just repping the troops. I always felt like as a leader that you get the streets from the smoke pit and the Joes. I never had an issue when someone said, hey, hey, Ice, do you smoke? And how come you always have smokes? I said, because I can just look out in formation and say, who has a smoke? And bam, the Joes give you the smoke, and you never have to worry about a carton of smokes, right? But you also you could, I don't know, it's almost like a smoke pit environment where you can hang out with the Joes and get just hang out and get some fellowship out and get some mentorship. So welcome guys. Who do you got with you?
So I actually got Willie Davis.
How y'all doing?
Oh, Willie Davis, my man.
And I have Blake Ransom here with me.
What's going on?
All right, cool. You guys are all part of the Extra Duty Podcast. Now, first off, real quick, you guys are all active duty, right? You guys are.
Yeah, we're all active duty, and we're active duty. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're active duty because. Well, I'm not going to put you guys in a position where you're going to have to compromise that stuff because I know how big Sarge can be and all that. But you said you had your chain of command support and endorsement?
Oh, 100%. First sergeant, captain, all the way up to sergeant majors, full supporting. It's weird because the same sergeant major that's 100% supporting us is the same sergeant major that bumped me down. A learning experience, I'm sure. Now, first off, I guess you could go ahead and just give me a story about yourself, starting with you, Joshua. Where do you hail from? What's your MOS? What rank you got? You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, tell us about yourself. So my name is Joushua Maria. I've been in the military for about 7 years now. I was an infantry guy for the first 5, then I got medically reclassed over to be a generator mechanic. I was a sergeant, and then I got recently demoted to specialist not too long ago. And I guess when we get to the part where we got to talk about why we came up with it, I'll explain the rest of it. But I'm a hardcore New Yorker ever since I was a little kid. I've been working on the accent for about 28 years now, so I think I got it down. For all those that kind of gonna figure that out. But no, I've been a hardcore soldier for a very long time, where I consistently work on a daily basis with soldiers and leaders in general to. I've never been a good soldier. I've always been a good leader, though.
I can agree with
that. So you've been in. So this is like really. I mean, so this is just like on the level with other troops, right? Of your rank. I mean, you got bumped down. You weren't like too far up. I mean, you weren't like like really ranking where you.
No, I was just the E5. And then I got bumped down to specialist.
So you were returned into the mafia, and they accepted you back.
Yeah, I mean, I still run it.
Okay, so then you decided to come up with Extra Duty Podcast. Was it obviously because of what happened with you, or what was the genesis of it? So essentially, what happened was I fucked up, and I earned my punishment, which is something that I tell people. You earn what you get. So I earned my punishment. I'm upset about. I was upset about it for about 45 minutes, and it's because what had happened was that as soon as I got under investigation and I got demoted, my father died, and then my grandfather died, not 4 days apart from each other. All this happening at once, and at that point, suicide was on my mind. Giving up, throwing everything out. The normal things that you would do after getting demoted, the normal things you would do after basic situations is say fuck it, right? Yeah. And I was ready to drink my life away. I was ready to say fuck everything I got. But I remembered at that point I got 2 kids and a wife that I got to take care of. So instead of doing the normal things that I normally would have done, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make a podcast. And from the podcast, it started off with us talking about males' mental health. But then we realized after a little bit that it's not just men in the military that's having issues with their mental health, even though men is a very important subject we still need to talk about. But in the military, we have all these people with all these issues, and instead of me sitting here sulking and bitching about mine, I decided that maybe I should start talking about other people's. And little by little, it's become more and more therapeutic to help other people.
We saved one life so far, by the way, and I really wanted to get that in there. We saved one life where he was going to kill himself. He had the gun in his mouth, pulled the trigger, the gun did not fire, and maybe like 30 minutes later, when he was trying to redo everything, his buddy sent us our podcast, which was 22 a day. He listened to it, and then he contacted me about 11 o'clock at night saying, I almost killed myself tonight. Thank you for what you're doing. And he's now a continuous listener, and he says that he's almost ready to come on our show and talk about that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So then from that point, you basically you really want to talk to your you want your audience to be aware of some of the issues that these are like legit real soldier issues.
Yes.
So did your chain of command at all said, hey, look, maybe this is too sensitive, or the feedback, is it paying off?
So the feedback's actually been very good. It has been good for us. We've come up with our slogan here at the Extra Duty Podcast is one thing: stop. I'm tired of spreading awareness. Fuck awareness. It is time to start spreading communication and opening up dialogue. Because I'm tired of spreading awareness. We spread awareness all the time. Hey, 22 a day, but you do that for fucking clout now, right?
100%.
You do it. I mean, let's be honest. People are doing it for clout. People aren't doing it to make a change or make a difference, right?
Watch me do my push-ups is what I see on there. You watch me do my push-ups.
Look at my gains, dog.
Exactly.
I was at that point too. No, I feel the same way because someone tagged me on a 22 a day challenge, and I was the same. And I had some people going, "Hey, what'd you do that? You're doing." It's like, look, I would rather have somebody tell me and peg me, because whatever they decided to do, that's their way of getting it out. And I knocked them out. I didn't tag anybody else. I mean, I tagged some people too, but you're right. It's creating the awareness and moving forward, and then action needs to fucking happen.
And that's what we're trying to be. We're the action.
Yeah.
We actually have some of our next episodes coming up. We actually have an actual soldier who was deployed in Iraq, and he talked about his situation where he had to kill 2 kids. Openly spoke about it. We have another female that's going to be coming on talking about her actual sexual assault.
Yeah.
Because in this situation, like when people see other people sharing their stories, like when we had a first sergeant come on and tell his story. Mm-hmm. We had 2 first sergeants come on, and they told their story about the shit they go through. Mm-hmm. We had soldiers flooding in, asking us and talking to us about their problems and wanting to be on the show too. Communication works so much better than me sending a video of me doing 22 push-ups,
right?
Or posting a buddy check. I post my buddy checks all the time.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this right now, I also conduct a buddy check. I hit my buddies up.
Yeah, call
every single time.
So did at all? Did you? How do I again? Now I'm trying to. I don't want you to get in trouble with your commander and shit. But the Army right now is not glazing. We just talked about this shit too, about these sexual assault escape rooms and shit, and we're like, damn, what's up with that shit? You know what I mean? What's your feeling about having that type of triggering mechanism just to be aware for sharp? You know what I mean? What's your take on it?
Honestly, so I have one major issue in the military right now, and all my leaders have heard it and all of them understand it. My problem with the military right now is old leaders, the ones that refuse to change, the ones that refuse to understand the changes that the military are going through. The military has the best policies when it comes to handling these situations.
I agree.
The problem is people get in the fucking way. That's the problem. That's 100%. Undoubtedly the truth. Mm-hmm. The old Army mentality, no matter how good it was back then, it's bullshit now.
Because it's older. It doesn't work now. You have newer kids. You have new ideas and new technology. So
right.
We're not fighting the same war. We're not fighting a war right now. Right. You know what we're doing right now? We're fighting each other.
Right.
Yeah. The real battlefield is right now here in Garrison.
Yeah. Oh man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. So you got your hype man there now talking next to you. What's up, my man? I like you, man. You're cool as shit. I like you, man. So tell us about yourself, Willie.
So my name is Willie Davis. From South Carolina. I was about to say I've been married 7 years. Phew, it's a long time.
Man, that's you longer than me, bro. I go through 7 wives. What are you talking about? I'm hanging out. You're good. You're good. You keep it real.
That's that first sergeant love right there.
So tell us about yourself, Willie. Come on, man. Don't let me distract you.
I mean, that's me, man. I was about to say I joined in with Maria because I was about to say I know he had an idea. He told me about it. I heard it. I was like, all right, cool, man. This sounds great. So I got to listen to his podcast and I got to listen some more. I got back with him. I was like, hey, man, we started making it go after that. We're cooking with grease ever since then.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Now, are you got busted down too, or is your
No, I didn't get busted down at all.
So you're the model troop for the squad there.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, kind of.
Sure.
This one sucks. He's
He's like, well, yeah. I'm gonna get to him in a minute. So Willie, you guys, you're all pretty much the same rank though, right? You're all you form mafia, or
yeah.
Oh, you're a sergeant.
Oh,
gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you're a sergeant. So as an NCO with this, doing a podcast, did it kind of make you feel like you were like, that's what I'm talking about, you're able to throw your stuff out? What do you do in the Army?
Oh, so I'm in Signal actually, so work on computers, radios.
Oh, okay.
Satellites, things of that sort.
No, you good, man. You said Signal. You had me at Signal, bro. You good?
Oh,
you good?
Cool.
That's cool. Nah, I mean, if you don't have commo, you're just camping out. You know what I'm saying? So.
Exactly. True. Exactly. You got Signal, you ain't doing that because can't nobody communicate.
Exactly. So how long have you been in?
I've been in 6 years, going on 7.
Yeah, less than me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And are you and then you're at your first duty station right now?
Actually, no. My first duty station was Fort Huachuca, Arizona. Then I went to Germany. Then I came to Fort Bragg.
Damn, dude, you sound like you see. Where were you at in Germany?
I was in Grafenwehr.
Oh, God, I was about to say you weren't. Oh God, being in Graf, man. I've been going through there for Graf, doing training myself when I was stationed. And God, man, I was like, yeah, you had to drive out to Nuremberg to go party or some shit like that.
Exactly.
His wife is listening.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, my bad.
I don't.
No, I'm not gonna get you in trouble, man. I'm not gonna get you in trouble. We cool. So you did your time. Have you deployed from any of those locations at all? Any of you guys deployed from those locations?
I've deployed. I haven't deployed. The sucky part about me not deploying at all is every unit I've been to, as soon as I leave, they deploy.
Oh, okay.
So I get to help set up with the deployment, the whole 9 all the way up until, all right, it's time to go. Yeah, you're going to this next duty station over here, though. So, yeah, and I'm like, all this set up just for me to leave. But it's all right, though,
I hear you. I hear you. All right, man. I see the guy right there just sitting there quiet again.
Yeah, just chilling over there.
Just chilling. What's up, Pretzel?
Oh, yeah. Pretzel.
That's your call sign. You know how I got my call sign Ice from my Facebook account, and the guys couldn't say my name. They said Ice, and they just started calling me Ice. That's how I got my nickname. So I'm gonna start calling you Pretzel. So there you go.
I love it, Pretzel.
Don't put it on paper.
Oh no, these guys are gonna put it on there. You guys, I see you got my man Willie D.
Oh, yeah.
We got you. You know what I'm saying? You got. No. You're Pretzel now. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So tell us about yourself, man.
So I'm originally from North Carolina, the most southern part of North Carolina, and I've been in the Army about 2 years now, almost 2 years in June. I'm A4 91 Bravo.
And what's a 91? First duty station. So what is the 91 Bravo?
I was a wheeled vehicle mechanic.
Oh man, that's a good MOS. I mean, so you're the guy that likes to say operator level for fucking everything, right? You're the guy.
I want to.
Yeah, we yell out everything.
Everything gotta go. It work? No, it don't work.
We just had
it's a pretzel.
We had a whole company put MoGas in every single one of their vehicles this past week.
Yeah.
So you know what company that will be?
No, not from our unit specifically.
You know what company that would be? The worst. Okay. Well, anyway. But yeah, we've been draining vehicles for the past week.
So what got you hooked up into this?
Actually, I was playing basketball, and I didn't know Joshua was on extra duty, doing this whole thing.
Cause I was on extra duty.
I just get a phone call like, "Hey, come over here." All right, I go over there. He's like, "All right, you're gonna help us. You're our receptionist."
Job on the spot.
For the past couple months, like a lot of months, I was just writing down stuff that didn't make no damn sense.
Cat house, $2. So if I could give you a little, so this all started with, honest to God, I'm gonna be honest. This all started with right after extra duty at 11 p.m. We'd grab my phone and we'd start doing the podcast by passing around the phone slowly so that you wouldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And poor Ransom here, he didn't know what was supposed to be happening and what was going on, and then somebody asked him about it, someone of a rank that's much higher, and he was just so flustered that he had no idea what to do. But then he had to come back and brief him about the situation. But he wasn't in trouble, but he was it's just, if you were there, it was funny. I'm sorry. That wasn't funny.
No, I get what you're saying. No, you talk about, WTF Nation Radio, when it first started a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, it was originally done by just a couple of laptops, and it was just really not as big as it, because it started pretty much the same way. It was, not because phones nowadays are stronger than they are now, but like old school laptops, man, freaking squirrels were, screaming and all that. That's how WTF Nation Radio first started too. So I feel you, man. I know what it's like to go and it's you. I look back, I'm like, because I was first just a listener to WTF Nation Radio, and then I became a host, and then I was like, God dang, I look back at some of the shit we used to do and some of the shit how we started, and I'm like, God, this is. Man, you're gonna be saying, you guys are gonna say the same thing.
You should have seen what happened today.
You're gonna be like, God, I cannot believe that Extra Duty Podcast was just a phone, and Willie D and Pretzel Boy just freaking
Willie D and the pretzel.
Willie D, Willie D and the pretzel.
We've actually been very lucky since we started. We've actually just gotten our first investor. We're sponsored now by Brainwash Coffee Company.
That's what's up.
We've been working with the Enduring campaign, where
a lot.
Yeah, we've been working with a lot of people lately, and a lot of people's been feeling the movement that we're trying to do. Because I tell everybody, this ain't a moment; it's a movement. We're here to make a difference.
Right.
Exactly.
And something that I really wanted to put out there: we're not trying to change the Army or the Navy or Marines. We're not trying to change any of that.
Any service.
We're trying to change the mentality that's surrounding that.
Exactly.
We're trying to remove the stigma that we currently got that's going on in the military right now.
We're not robots.
We're not robots. We're trying to rehumanize soldiers, rehumanize Marines, rehumanize Navy seamen.
Yeah, that's a good really good point. Is it because because the Army's now starting to listen? You go Sergeant of the Army Griston actually is listening more to the troops more than.
Yes.
I'd say more than the Sergeant of the Army Daily too would listen to, but I mean it's hardly where you would hear a Sergeant of the Army would be so involved. Do you think that leaders are now going, I think we need to see what our troops are doing and understand them? Do you see that?
So weirdly enough, that's why. So a lot of people in our unit are listening to our podcast. Because they see their soldiers talking about their problems, and to have an understanding about it. So I think it's been helping, and like leaders involved. We're trying to currently now get Sergeant Major of the Army to come on our show.
Yep,
we're trying. We've been working it from every angle. We're trying to go the chain of command way. We're trying to go through Instagram.
Yep, I'll hit him up on Instagram.
But we're trying to show that what we're doing here is not. It started off as us venting. And now it's changed into something that people are actually looking forward to.
Someone can speak their problems and know they're not alone, to talk with someone. Like, if you had an issue, at least you got 3 people on the other line right now to hear whatever you got going on.
Sure.
No matter what it is.
That's another thing, too, is the were you guys on Gruber or something like that? You sound like you hear traffic on this side. You guys are on...
Oh. well, so we're in the garage.
We're in the studio.
See,
we're in the studio. Yeah, exactly.
Studio.
Yeah.
The lights.
The light. No, to get back, I was just thinking, it's hard I know right now. I was just talking to some of the audience earlier before you came on. It's hard. You have individuals that if you say something to, and that's what somebody just said in the comment right now, you can it'll kill your career. And the Army teaches you, and some of the non-commissioned officer values back in the day is candor. They want you to be open, but for some reason, you got big stars that don't want to hear it. What do you think you could do to convince the older, like you were saying, you'd be surprised, me and Spanky are you guys are old enough to be our kids. And so, and I just retired. So I retired and, I joined in the late 80s and Spanky brought up a good point is that a lot of leaders, just don't want to fucking change. They just don't want to, they just don't want to adjust with the Army. They want to evolve with it. They want to be stuck in their ways. So what do you have to offer to them to do that?
So we've actually, we got this thing that we're doing now. So pretty much, if I find a leader who's acting that way, so far I have not met anyone ever since we started the podcast. But my sergeant major, my first sergeants, they already know what I'm about and the type of person that I am. I'm one of those guys that say something, and I'll say it the most tactful way possible.
100%.
And what I've seen is with these older leaders that are stuck in their ways, it's very simple. You let them know exactly what they're doing wrong, and if they don't, then you do the exact thing that they don't want you to do, which is report them. As a soldier, your right is, any military member, your right is to report them. This loose lip sync, ship sit, this don't rock the boat, don't say nothing, boast, that's all fucked. I was I am not going to fake it. You can ask Willie D, you can ask Ransom. I was a phenomenal NCO.
Yes.
And I slipped up one time. And you know what? That one time that I slipped up, it fucked me down. But I'm coming back. I'll be back.
That's why I say he's still
back
NCO.
better next
What
year.
you gonna say to that one?
But the Army right now, the way I've been seeing it transition, especially here, especially in Fort Hood, especially in all these places, they coming for you. Those leaders that don't want to change, they coming for you. And when they come for you, it's not going to be pretty.
Don't hide.
Oh no, because
Don't
I just recently watched the E8 go from E8 to E fuzzy.
Damn.
And you know how quick that was? That was him calling a soldier a fucking bitch.
We get that in the inbox a lot too. I mean, we get that a lot. I mean, we get like some of the issues again with a soldier having to attend that sharp escape room, and the suck it up mentality and don't be a bitch and all that stuff. Now, you guys cut up with each other. Do you guys call each other bitches or something like that? You know what I mean? So what's the level of bitchness are we talking here? We talking. You know what I mean?
The level of bitchness that I'm hitting, right, is that so when you have a male leader and a female soldier, right? Those male leaders, they play it slick. They know what they're looking for. They target. And I'm not saying all leaders. That's not what I'm saying. We got those onesies and twosies in the military that we know who they are, and they know who they are.
Everybody got a bad apple.
Everybody got a bad apple. But what I'm saying is these soldiers, these leaders that we seeing up here that's acting that way, there's even soldiers acting that way. So what we're trying to do is that level of bitch that we fuck with, me and him will joke with each other. We know each other. Sure. We know our temperament, right? Us, we're all on the same plane. But if I have an E8 who is treating a soldier differently because of their sexual orientation, their race, or just in general,
for any reason,
ideology.
As an NCO in the Creed, I will treat all my soldiers.
Oh, my bad. Play.
Wow. Yeah. Look, we're gonna equally. Our soldiers share equal.
Rewards and punishment will be fair and impartial. Is that what you're trying to say?
Fair and impartial. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my fault. I don't know. But you're gonna have your soldiers all fair and impartial, and that's what it is.
Right.
You have to at all costs. And we had Sergeant First Class Reyes, an old dog. He's about to retire. Right? Came on. He was the same way. He was a piece of shit. Yeah. He said, fuck these kids. Fuck that. Old Army, until he had to fucking learn. And I love Sergeant First Class Reyes. He is one of the best mentors I have ever had since I've been in the military. And when he got his ass whooped, way back then, he is by far one of the best leaders because of his ability to change.
That
is it. And that's why his episode is called Old Dogs. Old dogs can learn new tricks.
You damn right. You goddamn right. Old dogs can learn new tricks. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Especially when those dogs are running and the pack turn on you. It's like a wolf. Like a wolf pack. What happens when the dominating wolf of the pack starts to get weak and starts shit talking, the whole pack turns on that one shit talking wolf, right? So, yeah, it's pretty cool that he's able to. He had no problem with you guys fucking talking about that. That's that says a lot about a leader, because I know sometimes I can get a little thick-headed on some things, and I got the same thing. I'll have somebody say, well, this is this. I have of the crew, I'm one of the oldest on the team, and we have younger guests, or we have members of the staff on WTF Nation Radio and WTF Moments, and it's the same thing. They'll tell me something, and I'll be like, back in the day, and I think to myself, back in the day, you would have been crucified. But then I think, because I've worked with younger soldiers and I've involved with younger soldiers, they have taught me mentorship works down and up. You know what I mean? It's just you know what I'm saying.
100%. I agree with that one.
So when you can learn something from the troops, I don't like saying lower enlisted or junior enlisted. I just say the troops, because that means because we're all on the same team type shit. Exactly. Understandably, because you guys know, and I know you guys already know that obviously if someone's a first sergeant, you know that the damn you're the damn, everybody knows you're a first sergeant. You don't have to flex all the time to say you're the first sergeant. People know, right? Mm-hmm. Have you had anybody try to flex on you outside your organizations or something like that to kind of like, because I know you guys deal with trolls, right?
So I've actually one online. And I'm gonna spit some facts here for you.
Drop them.
When you join the army, sir?
You don't call me sir, dude. God, you make me feel like I'm
Ice.
Sir Ice. No. My date of entry is December 29th, 1989.
1989. You know what's so dope about that number? What's up? The soldiers that were born and in the military in 1989, 97% of them were male, who are currently killing themselves right now because of that bullshit mentality that y'all got.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's what I was saying.
Wait, I got a little bit more. Hold on.
Keep dropping them, man. Drop them beats.
3% of that, right, is females, right? Facts. That had to deal with that issues after sexual assaults. Oh, wait. Now, what happened last year? Last year was 29,000 soldiers committed suicide within that time period in the military.
Damn.
All PTSD related, and you know why? Hey, throw some fucking dirt in it. Get up.
Yep.
Hey, why are you doing that bullshit when we was at war? When we was at war, cool, I get it. Right now, where we not even at war, we pulling out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
We not at war.
Facts.
Right now, we dealing with soldiers who are committing suicide on the daily to the point where we had to create a website or create a situation where we have to say 22 a day.
Facts.
Right. Instead of I
check on myself. Saying, hey, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just say 22 a day for you.
Let me just say 22.
Let me do 22 push-ups for you.
This guy right here, Blake Ransom, was my soldier at one point, and I'll tell you this right now. Ransom, do I still annoy you with questions about how you doing?
Yes, every day.
Every day.
1600.
Do I call you?
8 o'clock. Yes, you call me at least 3 times a day.
Because at the end of the day, your job as a leader, fuck NCO, fuck all that. Your job as a leader and a person and a service member is to watch your buddy's back.
Exactly.
Why am I watching? Why is it that me and you have to beef out here?
Right.
In the infantry world, why are we fighting?
Right.
Me and you are not supposed to beef. Our job is to kill them, not each other. So why are we doing the same thing with these leaders, these higher up leaders, these old army mentality soldiers, right? They're doing the same exact shit.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, just without fighting. They're just saying, I don't care about your mental health. Because mental health in the military is fucked. We have a drinking culture. By the way, 1,000 hours dry is what us here on extra duty are actually doing to try and eliminate the current culture on the drinking culture that we have in the military, which is also linked to mental health.
That's a good point that you bring up a good point. Now, do you guys like to toss back a couple brews, or do you think it's just overplayed, or what's the?
I like to toss back. Obviously I do it responsibly. If I'm drinking, I'm exactly in moderation.
Right.
Secondly, I'm definitely gonna sit down. I know I have one rule. If I'm drinking, say I go into a friend's house or whatever, I even tell my friend, if I'm going to drink at your house, dude, if I can't sleep over there, I don't need to drink over there. So, with that being the case, I don't go out too much because a lot of people whose house you can't sleep at.
Right,
so
right.
You don't need to be drinking it, which is what mitigates a lot of problems, things like that. So, indeed, I definitely throw back a few brews, but we definitely do it responsibly too, though.
Right. I mean, I think, yeah, because I mean, some of the culture. I'm agreeing with you on this too. Is that the culture is the drinking culture and all that is cool, having some moderation. But man, I'm just because we're U.S. Army WTF moments, man. We see all the vids. We see all the vids, man, of people that think it's okay to down a couple of claws, smash the can on their fucking forehead, and then headbutt damn drywall. I don't get it. I don't understand what the. You know what I mean? That whole party, hey, let's go do this stuff, and then glamorize it and do this stuff. Glamorizing
being stupid.
I was about to say the glamorizing being stupid. Exactly that. What do you think should happen as far as the military? When you say they're glamorizing, well, not glamorizing, over glamorizing, but when you talk about the drinking culture.
So the problem is, right, and not to spite any of the programs that we're working with now. Look, the drinking culture ain't gonna change.
Of course.
It's not. Right? The only thing that's going to change is the individuals that we change.
Exactly.
Like, stop attacking. Like my father used to tell me before he passed was, do something that you love. You do it every day. And if you do that, everything's going to change because of that one thing that you're doing. If you're trying to attack the entire system, that makes no sense. It's completely...
It's impossible.
It's impossible. If you try to show soldiers that drinking in moderation is more important than getting shit-faced, but then you have the other issue. We play the what-if game with this. We got soldiers that deal with bullshit at work, and they want to just come home and drink. We can't fix all those problems. But the culture itself, if leaders are more involved and teach their soldiers, drinking all this ain't even all that.
It's not even. You can down a whole bottle of Jack. All right, cool, that's good. What you get from that? You got some fucked up kidneys now. You got a headache and you're throwing up the next day. What's
$60 out your bank account?
Oh my bad. Yeah, and you missing out on money. My bad. I guarantee you ate too, didn't you?
I forced two of my soldiers once when I was in Korea. I forced them. I was like, yo, look, this is what y'all gonna do. Y'all not gonna spend no money. This check. You're not gonna spend no money. You're not gonna buy alcohol. You're not gonna do nothing. He was like, Basar, why? I was like, just do it. Trust me. The moment they did that, guess what happened right after? They was like, yo, sorry, I didn't realize how much money I was gonna have. And then I was like, all right, go do it again. Then they had more money. They was like, hey, Sarn, I don't think I want to buy alcohol. That shit was like $8 for a bottle. And I was like,
yeah. I was gonna we're gonna have a guest coming on here later talk about finances and money management and all that other stuff because
so do we.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, so you guys, I always wondered why leaders always shit talk. Because we want to talk about back in the day shit. You all say, oh, back in the army. There was a couple of things back in the army that me and Spanky would talk about is when we see a Joe or we get something in the inbox at WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio, there's a kid that can't feed his family because they decided to buy a car with 30% interest or some shit like that.
30%.
Why is it that Joe's just I mean, is it a SART issue where we're just letting Joes go out and I mean that's obviously a rhetorical question. Go for it.
It might be that they think government pays me every 2 weeks. I got this kind of shit.
Yeah, well, I think that the main issue that we're actually having with it currently is discipline. Now, the military's discipline is when I first came in, it was a bitch. I mean, I got hit in the fucking face. I got pushed off of shit.
Yeah. Damn.
I got kicked in the chest. You know what I mean?
Get off the tower.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that stuff is different, right? But now discipline in the military, I've realized it's either 0 or 100.
Exactly.
Right? The military is always 0 to 100. It's either we're gonna fix the problem, we're gonna this soldier's getting beat up, give her the shark attacks, right? Or these soldiers are undisciplined, let's start beating them again. Not saying that's what the military is doing, but that's how it kind of sets itself sometimes. But the problem is with leaders who aren't. I went to AIT. Like I had to re-go to AIT when I got reclass, and I saw the wildest shit I've ever seen. A damn drill sergeant was standing there, and you know how we all got to stand up together and go walk and put our trays down and walk outside.
Yeah.
And they all stood up. The Joe put his tray down. He grabbed a cup of tea, sat down in front of the drill sergeant, and started sipping it. I saw the drill sergeant go, and he went, "Private, what are you doing?" Calm, nice.
Wow.
And the soldier said, "I'm drinking tea, drill sergeant. I'll let you know when I'm done."
So wait a minute. So now you're sounding like an old soldier now. That's what old soldiers talk about.
You're right. You're 100% right. I think discipline is something we should maintain.
Right.
I think the mentality of saying fuck soldiers' mental health is something that needs to go away. But discipline needs to stay the same.
Exactly.
We need discipline.
Is still a thing.
You can have discipline without the belittling a soldier.
Exactly.
I respect. You know, if Sean Reyes yelled at me right now,
I wouldn't even. He yelled at me. I wouldn't even mad about it.
Mad about it.
Like,
I'll be hurt because he's disappointed in me, and that hurts more.
You're right. You ain't lying. Oh man, you think as also as a leader to tell somebody that they're messed up, it hurts. It hurts. Yeah. It hurt because you know you want them to do good, and you know it hurts. I don't want to say it hurts you to chew their ass out because you're not chewing their ass out, but I'm just saying it's kind of like yeah, exactly. You try to make that connect. So some of the discipline issues that I see is that because younger leaders are trying to relive the good old days, they over fucking do it. They
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that.
I can see it gets into toxic disciplining and toxic leadership when you have that one soldier that talks.
Hey, Ice. Did you hear that? Can you say that one more time?
Say that one more time.
What?
I didn't hear that clear.
What was that? Did he just say toxic leaders breed toxic soldiers to become toxic leaders?
Yeah. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? I'm down. I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it. I'm spitting fire, son. You know what I mean? I know
love it.
They call you Ice, but
I'm gonna tell you. I think, you know what I think Ice did? I think he listened to our whole first season, right? And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna say this.
You subliminally, man. You're subliminal. It's all the residuals from Smoke Bomb Hill hit me in the face now. That's what's happening. Yeah. So, but my thinking is that like you're right. It's that you have all these kids that is having these these I don't want to say they've not had any corrections or any upbringings that was in line with military values, but they just needed some adjustment on their raising, and then you promoted them, and now they think that overdoing it when they become sergeants and become complete shit sticks when they're going off on their troops is what's making it worse, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. And I met Sergeant Major of the Army Daly one time. It was during training out in Fort Kansas. I mean, in Kansas, in Fort Kansas.
In Fort Kansas.
And the first thing he said to us, he looked at all of us and he said, as a leader, I should not be overworking the bullshit that I went through. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, it's cryptic as shit. And he said, I overwork so often. I overwork consistently, right? On me wanting to be a hard ass instead of me taking the time to learn my soldier so I don't have to be a hard ass. And I was like, yeah, well, damn, Sergeant Major. Stuck with me ever since.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major's really dope.
Yeah. And ever since he retired as an admin, I mean, as a, I'm sorry, everyone is, he was interviewed and somebody asked him, are you an admin for WTF Moments? And we're never gonna reveal that because that's one of those things where we the anonymity of our admins, we gotta keep straight, so we can't confirm or deny the fact that Sergeant of the Army Daly was ever or is currently an admin on WTF Moments. But he like, for instance, there was the policy on the tattoos and on the black socks.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Yeah, and he didn't know. Is like everyone's like, well, what are we gonna do with the tattoos? And even he didn't know what's up with the tattoos. He's like,
I remember when he first implemented it.
Yeah, and he changed it all. I mean, he changed all the tattoos, and then the black socks. I tell you what, I was the first on at the time when he did that, but I felt like no happier event. I sported black socks like crazy, bro. I was sporting black socks. I was, you know what I mean? I was telling my troops, get sleeves.
Yep.
Get your sleeves.
Yep. I know when it first dropped, I immediately got me a sleeve. I got my arm done, and then I know like the next set of PTs, I actually went and bought a pack of black socks for like that next 2 weeks, wearing straight black socks. You couldn't tell me nothing. Still in formation.
Exactly. It was funny because I didn't want, everyone's like, hey, where are we gonna for formation for? Are we all wearing black socks or not wearing white socks? I'm like, you don't have to pick pepper out of fly shit when it comes to wearing them socks. Wear whatever, wear whatever color you fucking want. If you want to wear white socks or black socks, that's cool. And I even had
wearing white socks makes you a degenerate though. So.
Well, it depends on.
Actually, I did get black socks.
Well, it depends on. Blake's like, I got black socks. What are you talking about? Shut up. Leave me alone.
I got black socks. I got one black sock.
The story was though, like I show up. I just got out of AIT at the time, and then I think it was 9 months later, I went to NTC, and I still had white socks the whole time. I finally got back from NTC, and I had a pair of black socks, and it was mind-blowing to everybody because all I ever wore was white socks.
It's gross.
Well, I mean, exactly. That's why I wore black socks because most of the CSMs and sergeant majors that I knew were pulling up those calf socks. I'm like, bruh.
Yep.
You need to doing wearing those compression old man socks. Go get some ankle. Matter of fact, there were some friends that I used to mess with them and just buy them ankle socks, and then when the Army didn't give a shit about what kind of ankle socks you had, man. The only thing that pissed me off about the whole thing was when they didn't let us wear the toe shoes. Those.
Oh yeah, I remember
you know
those.
what? I like
Ninja
those.
Turtle shoes.
Hey, hold on, those shoes are fucking awesome.
They're
Yeah,
dope. I didn't say
right.
it wasn't. I'm just saying they look like Ninja Turtle feet. Too.
Yeah, exactly. You could move your individual. Blake looking at you like all crazy. You don't even know what them toe shoes are.
You don't like
You don't even know what toe shoes are?
I know what toe shoes are. We had a kid when I was in middle school wear them all the time. They're about the ugliest thing on God's green earth.
Time out.
Have you looked in the mirror?
We're gonna fight him.
Yeah, I have, and I didn't see no damn toe shoes.
I saw a toe.
Wow, that's crazy.
That fool had a nail. Shiny.
Wow, that's crazy.
Come on, Pretzel. What you trying to do, man?
Crazy.
You good, Pretzel?
Wow. Crazy.
We love you. We love you.
All love, brother.
So the whole thing is that I always wondered with leaders when they awards processing leaves, how has from what your point of view been COVID? I mean, how you guys been dealing with COVID? I mean, what's your take on it? Give me your
So COVID was definitely, I think it's a damper in the military. It was definitely a damper with soldier leader situations. During COVID, when we first got hit with it, the first thing that I did was I started doing Zoom calls every day, teaching classes from like IED identification to weapons. I did classes for everything to try and remain connected with the soldiers and talk to them as much as possible. So that, because during COVID you stayed home a lot.
That's how we ran our PT actually.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was
through the Zoom. You're on your phone now. Mind you, you're doing push-ups on the phone, like.
Yeah. But the thing was that me and my wife has been married going on 7 years now, and we spent maybe a total of 2 years together. So it was really weird for me to be home with my wife for that long a period.
Yeah.
And we get reintegration training for coming back from deployment, from coming back, but I think that there should have been a training for staying home.
Yeah.
Because a lot of domestic issues went on during COVID. Not in this unit, but in other units around. There's tons of COVID babies currently right now running around. It's just the COVID was very hard, I think, for the military in general, just because we had to start working. We had to start teleworking. We had to start figuring out how we were going to handle it.
I think it's also because you normally spend majority of your time like at work, like either you work at the motor pool, you come from the motor pool, you head to your company, your XYZ, or you working from brigade, battalion, so forth and so on. So you're spending majority of your time, you know what I'm saying, you're 9 to 5 at work. So I guarantee you it's definitely weird to come back, you're 9 to 5 and you're like, the kids are back here watching cartoons, and you're like, all right, cool, this is not normal.
One of our sergeant major at the time, what he said was, he started realizing this in the beginning of COVID. He said, if I'm taking a drink in the daytime, I can guarantee you soldiers are taking a drink in the daytime as well.
Exactly.
We need to be checking up on soldiers to make sure they're okay. And one of the highest suicide rates that's happened was in it was August of this year. August of last year, where there was suicide rates here in the military because soldiers could not cope with being home.
Yeah.
And the thing is that being home is a stressor, especially soldiers in the barracks. Those soldiers in the barracks that have to stay in the barracks consistently by themselves, you feel like you're in a rut. You feel stuck. And that's some of the issues that us as leaders had to deal with. And I think even now we're still dealing with some of that because soldiers are still the army isn't the military isn't the way that it used to be.
Oh, tell me about
but
it.
That's just because of COVID.
Yeah.
And once COVID starts to finally lift up, everybody starts to, everything starts to handle out. I think the military will go right back to normal.
Yep.
But this time will be more proactive than reactive for if something like this does happen again.
Right. One of the comments here is like, how about your soldiers that gained 30 pounds during COVID?
Right here. What's up? Oh my God. What's up? I gained 30 pounds too, man.
I mean, there's some individuals that are probably, that are either losing weight or they're not because, some individuals, you can probably tell who the ones that don't know how to cook. You know what I mean? And we're looking like all emaciated. You gotta go take them some chow from to go plate because you need to eat some. Or the ones that know how to cook. The ones that know how to cook and shit.
Says Grubhub made all their money from him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is that you pretzel they're talking about? They talk about you pretzel Grubhub.
No, it ain't me. It was. I had a roommate at the time because I live in the barracks, single soldier.
Oh, you had a roommate?
Yeah, I had a roommate at the time, and he said, "Ransom, how do you cook your ramen noodles?"
What?
I was like,
"Nah, come on, man."
I got a hot plate.
He was clowning you.
No, this is not a clown. This is a serious question. This is a heartfelt question.
How do you
this
make
boy
noodles and noodles?
did not know how to make instant fucking noodles.
Like with the instructions on the pack.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like,
pack of noodles with the instructions on the pack.
Hey,
man.
I'm about to say, Josh, you need to have like a cooking because I'm setting up a cooking show down the way. Maybe you should have a barracks.
Man, what's up?
I'm about to say we got some barracks. You can do some barracks cooking with Willie D and the pretzel. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if anything, I go upstairs right now. My wife will throw, hey, Hello Fresh guys, fire. Hey, this is a plug. I'm not even getting paid. Hello Fresh is fire.
Back to the I didn't even get to the good part yet.
Oh no.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead. Preach.
I told him how to make it. I had the hot plate. Your pot, water, noodles. Whatever.
Stir it up.
Personally, I like to drain most of the water out first, leave a little bit, then put the seasoning so it gets on noodles. But he was like, I make mine in the Keurig.
What the fuck?
He puts the water in the noodles in a fucking cup, and the Keurig boils it and puts it in the fucking cup. And I looked at him, I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me right now. He's like, no, I didn't know that we used a hot plate. Like, come in.
Do you have...
I like, man.
Out.
I like, man.
So,
like, come on.
Wow.
You gotta be shitting me.
You mean to tell me, time out. So he just, hey, so let me boil this water.
Let me boil this water, put it in a cup.
But not let me put the food in the boiling water.
Yeah. You, Spanky.
I would have put the damn water in the pot and you cook it.
No, I'm gonna try it now.
Not with a fucking Keurig.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it.
To melt the noodles.
It's not. You gotta leave it in there and let the noodles soak.
Right, because the noodles have to cook.
Depending on what kind of noodles it is too. You can't just have no.
Hey, look, for y'all out there listening, buy a jet boil. Jet boil's life. That's all you need. Take that to the field, cook it in the barracks.
Yeah.
You see me cook out there, man?
Yeah.
You talked about before when you're supposed to go to NTC before all that stuff happened. You talked about the jet boil for 3 damn months straight. Like, shut the.
Jet boil is life. I can tell you.
Pretzel getting mad, man. Holy shit.
Told me when we were out there, not 3 months before we left.
Look, we was in the field. You ever been in the field for 3 months straight?
Been for a month.
Yeah, all right. 3 months straight with a jet boil, you happy, all right?
Yeah, but I wasn't in there for 3 months. I was here for 3 months. You were still talking about it.
You should have got it. You should have just bought it.
But I got a question. I got a question though. Did he ever learn how to cook noodles though?
No, I'm pretty sure he still doesn't know how to cook. I'm pretty sure he's still using Keurig.
That's tragic.
We're so sorry.
No, you're good. No, you guys want to. That's cool. Sometimes we go on tangents too. No, I mean, you're all like, being broadcasted live on, 5 different platforms live, and you'll be podcasted later for different 14 platforms as well. So here we are talking about Pretzel and his roommate. So.
Well,
you tell him. You tell your roommate.
You guys like our merch, by the way?
Yeah, I was about to say, we have some people that that they're looking at your site right now, and everyone's like, kind of, they're checking it, and I think we're gonna give a T-shirt. I think we're gonna give a T-shirt. Let me see. Let me look and see. Let me look and see. Who was the one? There was somebody in there that was really active in discussing some stuff. And no, not that one. Not that one. Where was it at? There's one in here that, going back and forth, some really good stuff. And I'm kind of like, I think that a T-shirt to go to somebody who I think has provided a good dialogue back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree. I like that.
So,
yeah. Hopefully, people start watching our live streams.
You try. I'm about to say, yeah. I'm all about. I'm all about the. Like I said, we're all about veteran empowerment. We want the success of other podcasters to get, because that's your that's your that literally is your that's like the bread and butter, right? It's the bread and butter. Veteran empowerment, trying to get the word out there, trying to build because I'll be honest with you, I don't even think anybody could say, be part. I mean, with you guys, it's a good thing that you can do that, and your chain of command is supportive. You know what I'm saying? So, so I think, and some of the stuff who's been providing some pretty good comments. I'm gonna go ahead and Christina Smalley. I see you in the chats and providing some good back and forth. You're gonna get a T-shirt. I'm gonna give you a T-shirt. So Christina, congratulations. So the Extra D podcast emblem that you see on the graphic right there is going to be on that T-shirt as well. So Christina, just go ahead and hit up WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, not WTF Moments, but the Facebook page on for WTF Nation Radio, and just ask for Spanky, get the deets. And then so got to get the deets. So Christina Smalley, congrats for getting the T-shirt, because man, we as a matter of fact, I think Spanky we got our freaking weapons locker is full of merch anyways that we need to get rid of. So
does Extra Duty get some of that merch?
Yeah. You want some? You want weapon locker? You want some? You want some stuff? We get you some stuff. We'll get with you later to get you some shit. Yeah, we got some stuff we can give you. Now it's from other guests that have come on, so it's not going to be WTF Nation specific. However, for members, hang on, man. For members of the military that are guests on Sergeant's Time, we give them something else. So you three are going to get something different. You guys are going to get something totally different, and then we'll get it sent to you, or we'll give it. We'll get to somebody where you're at to hand deliver it to you.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys get something different. But you guys are all you did was came on here and talk shit. See, I got the bar's low. Just come on here, shoot the shit, talk shit, and you're good to go. But no, I'm serious. I like seeing this, because you are the soldiers. The soldiers these days, like when I'm gone from this podcasting gig and I'm retired from this gig, you guys are the next generation. You guys are the ones that are getting the streets from the soldiers, and you're the one that are one day are going to tell your junior soldiers that, hey, some of the old school shit, hell, you guys are probably going to be part of the old school. You're the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to be old school.
Hey, Ice, was that a job offer I heard?
I'm not fucking leaving now. I'm just saying. I said one. I said one day.
I wanted to kind of bring something up to you guys. So actually, the Extra Duty podcast is actually just the beginning of the next few steps we're going to be taking.
Oh, cool.
And you guys are going to end up seeing our names a lot more in the next few months. So just be ready. You'll see us again, and you'll have us on one more time.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, you guys are more than welcome to come on. You're not going to keep getting the free shit gift that we promised you, but you're only going to get it once. What I'm saying, though, is that you guys are more than welcome to come on, because there's just exactly this. New generation telling us what you got to keep me and Spanky what's going on Sergeant's Time too, because we're old. We're the older generation, and we gotta you gotta keep us up. The only reason why I have to keep up with the standards and stuff like that, because we broadcast for U.S. Army WTF Moments, and we got to keep up with all the Army news. But you guys are getting the freshness. You know what I'm saying? You guys are getting
We're handling it from the lowest level. And that's what we want.
You're handling, you're handling at the grassroots level because none of you guys are low. You guys are doing a kick-ass job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I like that.
I like
See,
that.
That's where we're gonna get along right there. Right there. I knew it.
Hey, and next time, you know what? I'll bring a sergeant major on with us. We'll all talk.
we want you guys. No offense. I'm not saying the sergeant majors are just sergeant majors, but I mean, I talk because we had sergeant majors on for guests too, and commanders and GOs and all that. But I want you guys. You guys, like I said, you guys are definitely the future for this stuff too, man. I'm being serious. So.
Well, we appreciate that. We genuinely do, and we're very happy that you actually let us come on the show and share our story.
Yeah.
Well, for real. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, hang out for a sec, and then we'll talk as soon as we go on break. This is the crew, Extra D Podcast, Joushua Maria, Willie Davis,
hey.
and of course, the pretzel. Blake, my man Blake. I'm just messing with you, man. From Extra D Podcast. We got dropped the links inside the comments. So, guys, thanks so much again for coming on and hanging out.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having us.
No problem.
All right, we're gonna take a break right quick, and we'll see what's up. So stand by.
Sorry, Curtis, you might have to cut.
Right here, right now. I'm better without you. You're always on my mind. But right here, right now. I'm better without you. I've had this for some time. But right now, I know that I'm better on my own.
voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Man. God, this was a good time. I was smoking and joking with the Joes. So I'm talking about,
right? We were out in the smoke pit.
Yeah, we're out in the smoke pit, man. This is fun as shit. That was awesome. That's I like that energy, man. Like I was telling you earlier, this is the kind of energy that we need to get this shit. This is what leaders need to hear. Leaders need to hear this type of energy coming from their troops, and you're just, like they said, you're just gonna have to fucking suck it up. These are your soldiers, and how they talk. Everyone else is making their comments and blabbing about whatever. Yeah, drop. If you have anything that's like a big story that you think needs to be brought up to the attention of U.S. Army WTF Moments, and bring it up. Because I know there's we get all these questions about, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you guys are dropping some mad. I mean, there's a comment in here from James. Hey, I see that comment in there. And it's like 5 paragraphs, op order of a comment that needs to go to the main page.
He did the Sergeant Major eats sugar cookies.
Yeah, exactly. Sergeant Major eats sugar cookies.
Hey,
that's an old PLDC method of remembering a 5 paragraph op order. But yeah, it's some of these things that have had issues that you just need to go ahead and drop them in the inbox. U.S. Army WTF Moments, to see if there's any facilitation that they can knock out in the box, and if so. But while we're doing this live broadcast and talking with the guests, I don't have time to be reading the Dead Sea Scrolls of comments. Real quick snip comments I can grab at, but when you're dropping up that, like I said, the Sergeant Major eats sugar cookies, you're dropping that freaking 5 paragraph op order with Annex A through Annex Z and then Tab BB, then I can't read it, man. I can't read it.
I do try, but like I said, I'm watching so many different chat rooms.
Right. We got the chats.
You may only see 20 people in this one, 80
right.
people in this one.
Right.
They're all over the place. I have to watch them all.
Right. I mean, there's like a couple people on Twitch. There's a couple people on YouTube. There's a couple people on some Facebook pages. There's and also the TuneIn app. People are listening through the TuneIn app and Twitters and all that. So. Yeah, we're just kind of like jumping back and forth. But the main page one that I'm looking at, and you guys are just throwing some literally, you guys are writing Pulitzer Prize material. Sorry, man. Shit. That's not the topic I'm here. But next thing we want to talk about is something that someone I met AUSA, Howard Altman. He's the editor-in-chief of the Military Times. And he posted on social media a digital online platform obituary. Now, this is genius. Many times, U.S. Army WTF Moments is asked to post a memorial, and we're going to get later in the year. We're going to go back to doing that. We used to post call for assistances and call for attendances. We're slowly going to go back into it. And what this thing is that we've always been able to post an obituary of a veteran that's been unclaimed, or somebody that just needs a family member that needs an attendance that can't make it. So we want veterans or military service members to go show support for a burial. We post it on WTF Moments, and then that's it. It gets the traction. We see the news coverage, and that's it. Well, the Military Times. I told Howard I was gonna talk about this tonight. The Military Times launched a new online obituary platform, and I thought it was awesome. I mean, this right here is unreal. I always think that the digital medium is going to slowly replace, and it already has in some cases, magazines, newspapers, printed items that you're just not going to see anymore. You're not going to see like a newspaper anymore. You're not going to see an obituary that you can clip out. and post it in a refrigerator or post it in a scrapbook. You're just not going to see that anymore. You're not going to see that. So Military Times launched, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the article. Is they launched a new self-service obituary platform to provide families of veterans with a free way of telling their family story. Now, if you go on to the link that Spanky's dropped in there, you can see that they've also provided obituary being published and viewed at military.com obit. So you see the cursor there being on that button, on that little link there. You hit that link, and then it takes you to create an obituary. You create an account, create an obituary, and then if you want, you could see the obituaries of already what's been posted. And we're already seeing these obituaries are already starting to get updated currently today. Published in Military Times 2021. So you can see it's happening right now. I think this is an outstanding idea. I think this is the best way to remember our relatives that have gone. And I guess I promised Howard I would talk about it. The links are in the chats. This just released today, and I don't know what to say. I just think I'm looking at this and going through it. I'm just like, wow, it's almost like a living digital document of your family. You know what I mean?
I mean, I love this idea. It brought tears to my eyes when you first shared it with me. But you're right. We're not reading obituaries in the Sunday paper anymore.
Right.
And the stories need to be shared and preserved. And I love this idea of doing that.
I'm just I'm gonna pin some of these comments on here. I'll pin it to the chat. But I just think that the like the World War II generation, we just had that the Medal of Honor recipient who just recently passed away, and he's like I think he's the last living World War II Medal of Honor recipient.
And everybody that came before him, like, people have already probably read and saved, clipped out those obituaries in paper.
Right.
And this is like the newest way to do that.
Right. I really.
Who gets the paper delivered to their house?
I'm about to say I don't, or people who have access. It gets. Gary's got a good point too. Is that it's pretty sad when you see individuals that people get buried and they don't have but maybe two people show up to the, and then it's written in. Their obituary is not even written, if anything else. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is create a free online obituary. Just log in and create an account. Choose a style for the notice. Create the notice, including text, photos, funeral information, and yada yada. Review the draft carefully, and then schedule the dates that it'll run, and then hit get post, and then it'll get posted.
And I understand what Gary's saying too, and along with this, I know if there's a call for attendance in this area, the military community, veteran community, active duty community, the let's say dependent community, they're all showing up. So I think this is probably a good thing, and it'll you never know how much family or anybody else has. I'll be there to support you.
Right. Some don't even know.
That's just me.
Some family members don't even know that somebody has passed.
No, you're out, and I've seen that too. In this area, it's people. I mean, today it doesn't happen as much with people losing contact, but it did happen all the time.
Right.
Before social media and everything, but sometimes, your aunt, niece, cousin, brother, whoever is, working on their lives, and shit happens.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It is.
I get that, but
yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, it's like I said, we gotta. I wanted to post it. I know it's a kind of a grim subject to talk about, but there's individuals out there that are being buried without nobody showing up to their funeral, or anybody who has posted it. So again, the links are inside the chats. Again, it was launched today, and you just follow the links, and then there you go. You'll be ready to rock. And then post your obituary, and then that's it. And then that's all you need to do. So yeah. So anyways, so there's that. What's the next thing on that? We got some housekeeping to do.
I don't have any lemon pledge. So
I was about to say no lemon pledge, but
I have to like make jokes, y'all.
But damn.
There's one of the two.
But damn, do we have? I was talking to CQ, going over some meeting notes and talking to him about pop culture shit. And holy crap, do we have a lineup? A lineup coming, man. It is.
It is coming.
I mean,
I don't have all that out for y'all yet, but it is coming.
We can say, what does Friday the 13th, Police Academy, How I Met Your Mother, Platoon, what else? Supergirl. What do they all have in common? Someone is going to be coming on U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio's either Sergeant's Time or Pop Culture Warrior or the Monday edition. I'm stoked. I mean, we'll get the graphics and the propaganda out there for you guys and gals. But holy shit, this is some. I'm looking at this lineup and I was like, holy crap, damn, this is going to be pretty cool. So we had yesterday. Did you watch CQ's interview with Mark Baker a couple days ago?
Oh, absolutely.
Dude.
Me and Mark Baker. He doesn't know that I've loved him for like 20 some years.
Right. I'm about to say, Mark, it was kind of funny because I was giving some high fives. You guys did a great job to get him on camera because he rarely comes on camera. That was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome that he came on. If you guys not seen the comic book, man, go on Charlie Mike Comics on his Facebook page. And he's writing, he's doing that comic based on the Harlem Hellfighters. Man, if you've not checked that out, this is you need to. You need to. This is a pretty big event, and he's only doing a limited run of these comics. And then we had the gang, Joushua Maria, and the crew, Pretzel and Willie D. I like saying that. Just Pretzel. Pretzel. From of course the Extra Duty podcast, and who we got next? We got Eddie McClintock coming. That's a Supergirl topic, and the Agents of Shield. He's been on a lot of stuff. He's got a pretty hefty resume of I'm just like, holy crap, this is pretty cool. I'm excited. Let's see who we got going on. We have on Monday, we have Jason Johnson, the founder of the Project K9 Hero, will be on the Monday edition to talk to what they do about retired canines once they finish serving their positions. They'll be on to talk about the National Dog Hero Awards in November 2021. I'm all about the dogs, man. I'm all about the dogs. You get little canine pups. You can bring him on here. So he's going to be on here to shoot the shit.
Oh, you both.
I know. I can't wait. And then Tuesday, the 26th, will be Eddie McClintock. He'll be on with Pop Culture Warrior and talk about his work. He's been in the business for a long time. Supergirl, Warehouse 13, The Sweetest Thing, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's going to come on and shoot the shit, and he's going to talk about his experiences in Hollywood and all that. He's going to be doing the pop culture stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited, man. And also, if you guys have not seen yesterday on U.S. Army WTF Moments and the WTF Nation Radio Last Out, Elegy of the Green Beret, we're pumped. As time gets closer, coming into the month of May, you're going to start seeing more adverts. You're going to see more videos. Right now, you guys are just getting a trickle here and there of what's to come. We also have a concert. It's going to be the Celebration of Life Memorial Day event with U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, premiering a limited screening of Last Out, Elegy of a Green Beret on Wednesday, the 26th of May. It's going to be up for about a couple days. But meanwhile, while that's up, we're going to have a Thursday Sergeant's Time, and then of course we're going to have a concert have a concert on Thursday.
Yes, concerts.
Concerts. We're gonna have.
We have at least 3 bands lined up right now.
Yeah, we got 3 bands. So we're gonna have a concert on Friday. We're gonna have a concert on Saturday, and then of course for Memorial Day we're gonna have our the other 2 are openers, but their main band is gonna be of course the Bayou Bandits. Josh Strictly and the gang are gonna come on and have another concert, Facebook concert again like they did last for us to talk about LGBT Green Beret, and then the following week Scott Mann is going to be on to talk to CQ about a play turned into a movie. It's a big event.
I'm very excited. I'm excited to hear the Bayou Bandits again, and 2 other bands that are coming on. Another round, and oh my gosh, you got my head like spinning. Vernon Smith's band. Once revealed.
Once revealed, yeah. Another round and once revealed.
Everybody's gonna be so mad with me. Was I don't have everything written down in front of my face right now. Sorry. But both of them have been guests on our show before, and they're both awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Bands.
I cannot wait for all. It's going to be a good time. Again, a celebration of life. I know too many people that talk about the Memorial Day is to sing song about the honored and fallen and remember the good memories that you've had with your fallen brothers and sisters, family
Absolutely,
members.
And this is how we want to remember them.
And exactly that, because I know when I go down, I know when I'm going freaking, I want you guys to party. We talked about our funerals before, right, Spanky? And people got like really uncomfortable, but after we talked about.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've heard that they take your shoes off before they bury you or cremate you. That's already written. My shoes are coming with me, and there will be an open bar at the funeral.
Exactly, open bar. I want to see you guys
celebrate my life.
Celebrate exactly that. Take my bike around the block a couple times. I don't give a shit. And then we're only the strong survive. You can take whoever you all got to throw hands to see. You'll probably get a video. Here's a will and testimony of Ice, and he's gonna drop receipts on people. You know what I mean? So
I have all the receipts. You know me.
He's gonna be shit talking.
If you look at my phone, I got like 10,000 screenshots.
Exactly. I have been. I am the executor of Ice's screenshots, receipts, and bam, here you go. And then just put it up on the freaking with some music and stuff like that. Oh, you'll do like a presentation. Oh, here was Ice when he was talking about so and so and what they said, and here you go. Here's his receipts. Hell yeah,
you
man.
You know me. I don't talk shit without receipts but to back me up.
Exactly that. You better have receipts. But anyways, we're looking forward to all these events. Again, Celebration Live Memorial Day, we're going to have bands. We're going to have more videos. It's going to be, again, this is for the premiere and limited screening of Last Out, LGBT Green Beret. And it is, if you've not seen the play, I've shown the team the play already. And it's think about how Hamilton was a play and then it was turned into a movie. It's the same thing. It's not a musical. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody to think it's a musical or something like that. It's you will definitely feel an impact of this play turned into a movie. So we're honored that Scott Mann and the crew, the Hero's Journey, have been able to give us the opportunity to present this. So with that, you got anything for me, Spanky? Or are you good?
I absolutely do not. I'm sorry. It takes me a minute to find the button.
It's okay.
I just want to say sweet dreams to everybody and go follow our guests and LGF Green Beret.
Yeah, exactly.
They're also awesome.
Exactly. So, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, thanking our guests, the crew at the SGT podcast. They're probably, wondering what the hell, what are they going to do with themselves? They don't do with their hands. But again, what was one thing I was going to say, and I totally forgot it now. I totally forgot what I was going to say. It had something to do. It'll probably. Gosh darn it!
I'm trying to read your mind.
I
can't do it.
Yeah. It's just like. I don't know. I was gonna come up with some. Oh man, what was it? But anyways, well, it doesn't matter. You guys, gals, thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, for those of you congratulations for those that got a T-shirt. And of course, we got something special for the guys that came on. So once again, thanks a lot. And shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. And now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the bubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. We'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.